Good day to you. We are going to take a look at the price of Bitcoin. As always, that's my market update video. So I'm going to take a look at the price of Bitcoin, but first we look at my website so I can show you the disclaimer, and then we go straight into the charts. Last video was yesterday, and today we'll see what Bitcoin did since yesterday. Okay, I'll go into screen share. That's my website, and as always, I'm asking you to take a look. It is available in English, French, and German. No? But as always, I'm asking you to take a look at the disclaimer if you have not read it yet. In the About page, I've added interviews. So if you want to host me on your channel, read this and take contact with me. And links, you have my contact, my email. And my services are, as always, the same. One-on-one coaching, investment consulting, and OPM. Okay, that's all for my website. Oh, don't forget, if you recommend me, you can make a 10% commission on that recommendation. Yes, that's all for the English website. The French website, I'm just showing the disclaimer. And the German website, I'll also only show the disclaimer. For the rest, you can read it. Okay, right now we jump into the charts and see what Bitcoin has done since yesterday. So we are at 7,943. That means that since yesterday, Bitcoin price went up. Since yesterday, we were at 7,700. So we went up to 944. Yesterday, TT Sequential was saying that we go down, but we went up. Okay, I'm going to the different time frames. Let's see when it happened. Oh, the bump just happened just now. We went down to 7.5, but in the last half an hour, we did get the pump and we broke up to the outside. So some people will claim manipulation because of the high illiquidity in the market, and that in no time somebody can push the price real high up or high down. So here you did get a pump to the upside during the last hours. Right now you're on a 2 down without confirmation. So I'm going to take notes as always. 2 down without confirmation, 30 minutes chart. Also, that candle is quite a rejection candle. So we try to go higher, but we're rejected quite fast. Anyways, now we are on a 2 down without confirmation on the 30-minute chart. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart is on a 4 up with confirmation. 4 up with confirmation. 2 hour chart is on a 2 up. No, sorry. We are on a 6. Yeah, we're on a 6 up with confirmation. 2 hour chart. 6 up with confirmation. And if you look, twice we tried. We were at 7,004. Here again, 7,400. Here we're slightly higher, 7,500, and then we did get the pump. But I think we're still at the lows. I'm not sure that that will hold, actually. But I'll tell you what I think about it when we look at the higher time frames. Right now you have resistance, and we did not go above resistance on the 2-hour chart. 3-hour chart, you want a 3 up with confirmation. 3 up with confirmation. So short term is bullish. You have 3 ups and 1 down. So short term we just went bullish. Up and confirmation. Let's look at the intermediate term, the 4-hour time frame. You see, here you also did get a pump, and then you did get smacked down. So just getting a small pump here, well, it's nice. Somebody thought that the bottom is in and put a lot of money in, but that guy, when we go back to 7.6K, that guy won't be so happy about his push-ups, and he could sell it all straight away, and then you keep dropping. So I don't give it too much weight for now, but I have to look at the higher time frames. And as you can see, that moving average on the 3-hour chart, which is the 100, and it did reject the price strongly. That's the problem with that market, is that people easily get kicked out of the trades. They were in a short trade, and then you get a small pump and they get kicked out because the stop losses are too tight. But as you can see, the rejection is quite strong. It's quite strong on that number 3 candle for now. Okay, if we take a look at the 4-hour chart, 4-hour chart is on 2 up with confirmation. Up with confirmation. Yes, 2 up with confirmation on the 4-hour chart. I was just checking if that was the top, but it was not. At least I don't think so. Maybe it was. Let's see on the higher time frames. 5-hour chart, you're on a 1 up without confirmation. 1 up without confirmation. 6-hour chart, you're on a 2 up with confirmation. 2 up with confirmation. 8-hour chart, you are on a 1 up and without confirmation. Up without confirmation. So the 8-hour chart tells us a little more. That was the top. So the top was slightly above 9K. And then we tried once again too early, but could not. We tried too early, but could not. Now we did get a pop, but we are already getting rejected. So for me, what I can say is that the moving average did reject the price, and that moving average is the 30 on this time frame. And well, it's still bullish, but that candle is bullish. It's more bullish than bearish. But there's still some time left, and it's hard to say. Look, we tried to break down once, twice, 3 times. And if we don't go up now, and we try to break down and we touch it again, I think that the bottom will come out. I mean, we won't hold that. We won't hold 7.4K forever. So if we cannot go higher, we will go lower. So I mean, I'm surprised that we pumped once again, but what can I say? What can I say? Just you pump a bit and then you get smacked down. And here you pump and we could get smacked down again. Okay, we can go higher also. But it's just hard to say. It's hard to say in a highly liquid market. I think we are grossly overbought, and I think that price must go lower. Let's go to the 10-hour chart. The 10-hour chart is on a 1 up without confirmation. Up without confirmation. Here you can see that the stop and reverse did not get hit for now. 12-hour chart, you are on a 1 up without confirmation. Here again, that moving average, I think it's the 30. Yes, it is the 30. The 30 EMA could not be touched. Did repel the price. And it doesn't look as much. I mean, yes, there's a pump, but is it that much? Is that so impressive? I don't think so. It's just one of the never-ending pumps and dumps on Bitcoin. I mean, what is important to know is if the trend is from here up or down. From here, are we going higher or are we going down? I'm sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Very sorry about that. Something went wrong. TradingView is doing what I'm not asking it to do. What time was I? What time frame was I? I was on the 12-hour chart. So let's see if we can see the 12-hour chart again, or if that is impossible. 12-hour chart, yes. And why is it as it is? To me, yes. So I was saying, what is important is the trend. It's not the little pump we just did get, and that was, anyways, you could not trade it. You were on a short position here. You had a 2 below a 1. You were looking for much lower prices, and then you pump. So the important question is, from here, is the trend up or down? Or are we going down? And what I saw yesterday, we're going to look at the other time frame because I cannot make my trading decision exclusively on TD sequential. If I did, I would have lost money on that trade and on a never-ending number of other trades. And TD sequential, for me, if you trade that, it's like being eaten alive by piranhas. You don't lose much money on if your money management is right on one trade, but you will end losing a lot of money over a lot of trades. Because here you have a 2 be higher than a 1, so you go long. You stay long and you get smacked down. Okay, so TD sequentially, and then you're in a short position as here, because TQ tells you a short, and your stop loss gets hit again. So if you want to see your stop loss getting hit every day, okay, a couple of times every day, then you should trade TD sequential according to low time frames. for sure. You can see your stop loss getting hit. Okay, of course, there will be one trade out of 1,000 or 100 or 10 that works. But one trade that works and 9 that go against you, according to me, you are that man walking. But you do whatever you want. Anyways, 3D sequential is important because it gives you a trend idea. But yesterday the trend was down and we went up, okay? Today we will see what the trend is, but if today the trend is up, tomorrow we can go down. So 3D sequential is extremely, but extremely hard to trade. Extremely hard to trade. You must be the biggest expert of 3D sequential, and even then, I'm not sure if you look only at that indicator, you can survive. But maybe 3D sequential is your thing, then look at it. I look at it to get a general feeling of the market, but I do not trade 3D sequential. I mean, I would lose all my money, but all my money if I did that. But for you, maybe 3D sequential is the perfect indicator, then go for it. Anyways, you are on a one up without confirmation. So the important thing is not that little pump, the never-ending pumps. You know that it's nothing. It's nothing on a higher time frame. Even here, you can't even see it. I mean, it's so little. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is if from here the trend is up or down. And according to what I saw yesterday, the trend was down. So according to yesterday, that was the trend. Now we're going to check that with my other indicators. Since I do not look at only one indicator, we're going to check that. So let's go to the 15-hour time frame and see on what candle we are. I don't know what's happening. My browser does not seem to be reloading the chart. So I'll reload the chart. Hopefully everything goes right. I'm always scared when I reload chart because I tell myself, what the fuck is, sorry, what the beep is that? So trading view changed something and now we have something new. No idea what it is. I don't care. Never asked for it. Anyways. So we were on the 12-hour time frame. And we're going to take a look at the, I'm always scared that I lose my EMAs and all the rest every time I reload the chart. Don't tell me you can't show me the chart. Come on. What is wrong? Should I have restarted my internet connection before I made this video? I have no idea what's going on. Okay, you have to wait 5 minutes, then you get the chart. That's great, simply perfect, unbelievable. So you're on a one up without confirmation on the 15-hour time chart. Okay, so yesterday intermediate term was down. Today intermediate term is up. Okay, but without confirmation. So it's a little less strong than what it was yesterday. Yesterday you had a down with confirmation. Today you have an up without confirmation on the intermediate time frame. Let's go to the longer time frames. To the 1 day time frame, you're on a 1. Okay, here you have all the nonsense that Bitcoin is giving us right now. You have 3 ones following, so no trend. 1, you think you get the next candle will be a 2 going above an uptrend? No, you get a 1 down. You see here, just here. Then you think, well, now for sure we'll get a 2 trading below the 1, and no, you get a 1 up. So it's quite frustrating when it jumps when you get when you get a lot of ones following each other. So I think if I look at the 1 day chart, I mean, we topped here and then we went down. Now the moving averages are holding the price up, but we always break below them. I think that we will end breaking really below them and then crash. There should be open air. I mean, we went up without any resistance. We should go down without any resistance. How low should we go? At least we should go to 5K. Well, at least to here somewhere around. At least that's a 30% correction from here, and it's a 40% correction from here. That's what you should have. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry, but that is not a correction. 12% is not a correction in Bitcoin land. Somewhere else, yes, maybe, but not in Bitcoin land. So 1 day it's on a one up without confirmation. So for now, the pump is absolutely nothing. I just zoomed out, and I'm sorry, it looks impressive on the 30-minute chart, but it's nothing if you zoom out to the 1 day chart. 2 day chart, you're on a 5 down with confirmation. So for now, the downtrend is still intact on the 2 day chart. And here also, yes, you see the candles going down, but for me, it's more a downtrend than something else. It's more a downtrend than something else. I want to say that every high is, next candle is lower than the last one, but that's not right. But anyways, for me, it's still more a downtrend than something else. 3 days, you're on a 3 down without confirmation. Okay, that's not nice. I mean, 3 day chart, I wished 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 9 is not working anymore on the 3 day chart. So here I would like to see a candle number 4 trading below a candle number 3. And I wanted to see a candle number 2 trading below a candle number 1, but I did not get that. And for now, I do not have a candle number 3 trading below a candle number 1, which is not great. I mean, it's a pity because it says that the downtrend never started according to the 3 day chart. And we are grossly overbought. We are still extremely high about the moving average on the 3 day chart. 4 day chart, you are on a 3 down without confirmation. 3 down without confirmation. And that's the third candle after the 9. Five-day chart, you're on a 3 down without confirmation. 3 down without confirmation. 6-day chart, you're on a 5 up with confirmation. 1 week chart, you're on a 1 week chart. You are on a 1 down without confirmation. 1 down without confirmation. Okay, if we get next week a 2 down, that would be a confirmation, and that would be an indication of some more downtrend. Just as what you get here. You get a 2 below a 1 and you crash. Okay? If we could get that right now, that would be great, because we need a correction. I'm sorry, from a technical point of view, we need a correction. Here you had a 63% correction. That's huge. And the time before that, when you had I'm just looking at, not at the top, but when you have a 2 trading below, you had a 30% correction. So, and here you did get here you did get a 50% correction. So every time you see a 2 going below a 1, it is bad news. Bad news for the price of BTC. So now we are on a 1 and the week has just started since it's Monday. So we have 6 more days to go and we have to see what happens. Where we are at the close of this week, and if next week we get a 2 trading below a 1. Two-week chart, you're on an 8 up with confirmation. Three-week chart, you're on a 5 up with confirmation. 1 month chart, you're on a 4 up with confirmation. 2 month chart, you're on a 1 up without confirmation. 3 month chart, you're on a 1 up without confirmation. And 4 month chart, you're on a 3 down without confirmation. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 down and 7 up. So long term, I'd still give it a down without confirmation. Anyways, today's you have short term pointing up, you have intermediate term pointing up, but without confirmation. So, and right now we are at 7,955. So according to TD sequential, we go up. But yesterday, TD sequential said we go down, and we did go up. So, and the day before it said we go down, and we went up. Anyways, every time the last few days, every time it said we go down, we went up, and every time it says we go up, we go down. So now it says we go up. We will see if tomorrow we are down or not. But I start to not trust it at all because it gives me opposite conflicting. I mean, it's just the opposite happened than what is supposed to happen. Next indicator, I'm moving averages. I'll check the small time frames to see if they are now bullish. I'll give it a flat, but yeah, let's give it a flat. Yesterday it was negative. Today I'd give it a flat. 4 hour, let's give it a flat too. 6 hour is still positive according to me. Yesterday I gave it a flat, but now I think it's more positive than flat. And then the 1 day is positive, and the 1 week is positive. I've not looked at the 1 month. Let's see the 1 month. Well, no, the 1 month won't help much. Okay, next, SMAs. So SMA now gives you a cross a little sooner because we went higher. So you can expect a cross a little sooner. And you have one more, yes. So you could expect a cross around here. I'm playing around, it does not matter about so much because anyways, this expectation will change when price moves. But for now, you have a golden cross on the 22nd of July 2019, and price should get attracted into it. It should go from here to here, and then if everything goes fine, we should go up and start a bull market. That would be the indication that the bull market is in. Here you do not have, that's not how stuff bottoms normally. So that's not a bottom signature. But if we do get this, we can take it and say, okay, the bull market has started. For now, there's still a possibility that we go lower. However, I went extremely bullish because most of my indicators, not all of them, but most of my indicators went from bearish to bullish. So as a technical analyst, I have to take note. And my percentage was below 50, then it was 50, then 60, 70. And when we made it up to here, up to 9K, it went up to 80, my percentage. So for now, I still think that the bottom is in, that there's 80% chance that the bottom is in. So we only have a 20% chance that the bottom is in. But my percentage will change. I mean, if 5K does not hold and we go lower than 5K, I probably will think again about my outlook of the market. And then I might tell you that there's only a 50% or only a 40% that the bottom is in. This is not a classical bottom signature. That's why all the big traders were totally surprised by this move, because it should not have happened from a technical point of view. It was totally surprising. So I told so SMA is positive, but we don't have the cross for now. Now let's look at COPEC. I'm sorry, it's called COPOC and ADX. So the first one is still flat, and the other two are pointing down. That tells you that the bear market is not over. And I do not like that in the last bear market we went negative here, but in this bear market we did not go negative. So this is still bearish. It's still a bearish indicator. Bollinger Band. Let's look at Bollinger Band and see what Bollinger Band tells us. On the 2 hour, we are positive. Yesterday we were negative. On the 4 hour, we are positive. Yesterday we were negative. On the 6 hour, we are positive. Yesterday we were negative. On the 1 day, we are negative. So the 1 day says, I don't care, we are still negative. And the middle Bollinger Band was resistance we could not break through for now. So the 1 day chart is an important chart, and Bollinger Band is negative on the 1 day chart. And the 1 week chart, the 1 week chart is positive. And the 1 month chart is also positive. The thing is, will it hold? Will that Bollinger Band hold? And I don't think it will. So if it does not hold, what will happen? I mean, here, look what happened. You went above the middle Bollinger Band, and then you went lower. So actually, I'm not so confident when I look at this. I'm not so confident that we actually did get out of the bear market, because yes, you broke below it and you went higher. Then again, you broke higher and you could maintain yourself higher. Then you were working up the line. But for now, look, this bear market is just longer. It's longer. The bands could go together. We went down. Both of them went down. Here the band is still flat. This one is still pointing up. It's like if the bear market never happened. I mean, to me, that's a joke. That's a joke. It's not severe enough. If I look at that, it's not severe enough. There should be more coming. Maybe it's just a huge bull trap, and we go to 1K, as Hyperwave says. I mean, yes, we could be here, but if we are here, we go much lower. We could be here, okay? I admit it. We could be here, and we could be starting a bull market. But remember, if we are here, we go much lower, and this could be just that. We could be here, and even that, yes. And look here, when we were here, they were far above and pointing up. Most of them, the red one was pointing up, and they were far above. Okay, but then we went lower, and they went together. Okay, they squeezed buys. Now they are still far up, and actually, I think we should go lower. I think we should go lower and squeeze them at least. So I'm not so confident when I look at Bollinger Band. But anyways, it's positive for now, so let's keep it that way. We are looking at MACD right now, and I'll start with 2-hour time frame, which should be positive right now. And yes, it is. No surprise there. Yesterday it was negative. Let's look at the 4-hour. It should be positive too. And yes, it is. Yesterday was negative. 6-hour chart. It should be, well, 6-hour chart, I'm not that sure, but when I look at it, it is positive again. And 6-hour chart yesterday was positive too. So 6-hour chart did not go negative. One day is negative. It was negative yesterday. 1 week is positive, and it was positive yesterday, and 1 month is still positive. Yes, it is. Now let's look at Kaufman, moving average, and stochastic. Let's start with Kaufman on the 2-hour time frame. 2-hour went positive. Then we look at the 4-hour. 4-hour went positive too. Now let's look at the 6-hour. 6-hour is still negative. Let's look at the 1 day. It's still negative, was negative yesterday too. Let's look at the 1 week. It's positive. It was positive yesterday too. And let's look at the 1 month. It's negative, and it was negative yesterday. So we have 1, 2, 3 positive out of 6, according to Kaufman moving average. And let's take a look at the stochastic. Stochastic on the 2-hour time frame, it is positive. On the 4-hour time frame, it is positive. Both of them were negative yesterday. Huh? On the 6-hour time frame, we are positive, and yesterday we were negative. On the 1 day time frame, it is, well, it's a little hard to say because here you're negative, but here you're flat. So what do I say? We are negative or flat? It's hard to say. Let's give it a flat. I'm not sure, so let's give it a flat on the 1 day. Yesterday I gave it a positive. Today I give it a flat. So I think it's looking less good than it looked yesterday, even with the bump. On the 1 week, we are negative. We were negative yesterday too. And remember, we are overbought. You do not go long when we are overbought like this. Normally, you wait for a move back to normal classy, to normality, and then you could go high. And since we are a lot overbought, it would be nice to get oversold, but I'm not sure that that will happen. But at least we have to go down, and we have to go down a lot. We're still too high. To me, we're still too high. We're still too high. We need a correction. This, according to classical TA, is an overbought sign, and you do not go long on an overbought sign. You do go short when the stochastic goes below 80. Then you go short. For now, it's still a little higher than 80, but it turned negative. And 1 month is positive. Candlestick pattern, 1 day is positive. One week is negative. And 1 month is negative. So you're negative 2 out of 3. RSI band. So we're sitting on the RSI band, and if you look at the directional index oscillator, it is negative. So I'm giving it a negative on the 6 hour. It was negative yesterday too. Let's go to the 1 day. We on the oscillator we are negative, but here we're still positive. I want to give it a negative. I gave it a positive yesterday, but today I want to give it a negative. But if you want to go with the other one, you can go positive. Here you should be negative. To me, this is still negative because, well, I think we are still negative, but we are close. We are close to it. And 1 week, we are positive, of course. Yes, we are. Next indicator. So we have the Madrid moving average, the RSI histo alert, the MACD for colorblind people, the squeezy momentum index, and the directional momentum index. The directional momentum index we hit a couple of times, and then we should drop. When you hit a couple of times, you drop ADX, and we did hit a couple of times, but we did not drop enough for now. Everything else is still positive on the 1 week. And the 6 hour chart. 6 hour chart. Well, it is now very slightly positive, but very slightly. This one, first one, I'll give it a negative. The second one, we are slightly positive, I said. Third indicator, we are negative. The fourth indicator, we are positive. So this one did catch the little pop. And the last indicator, we are negative. Okay, next indicator. Stop and reverse. So I want to take a look at the 3 week chart, and we are positive. It says that the bear market is over, and the 2 month chart, we are positive too, which tells us also that the bear market is over. Next indicator, fractal by Williams fractals and OXO. So I want to take a look at the 6 hour. 6 hour is positive. I want to take a look at the 12 hour. 12 hour is positive. I want to take a look at the 1 week, and it's still negative, I think. Yes, it is. Oh. So that's new. If I'm not mistaken, check my video from yesterday. But if I'm not mistaken, we did not have the red dot and the arrow here yesterday, but we do have it now. Yesterday we only had this one, if I'm not mistaken. So actually this is very negative. To me it's negative. It's like a confirmation. It's like here it tells you to go down, you stay here, it tells you to go down again, and paf, you crash. So let's see what happens when we get 2 of them, 2 red negative signs. Let's see if I can find a couple of them, and let's see if that's a strong indicator. It could be. It could be. So here you have one that tells you to go down, and the second one, and we went down. Let's see where we have a couple of them. You have 1, 2, 3, and we went down. Okay. So when you get more of them, the signal is stronger. Let's see if we get some more that follow. No, we do not. So I cannot tell you if it's that strong as an indicator. But when you get 2 of them following each other, it is quite strong. Here it was not that strong because you had an up, down, okay? But now you have a down and a down. So that's, to me, that's quite strong. Quite strong for fractals. Anyways, fractals is not that important, but I look at it because of the fun of looking at it. But it tells me we go down. It did not give you an up sign. It tells you we go down. Let's see if it's right or not. I think it is, but we will find out. And the 1 week is negative, and 1 month is positive. Okay, here I cannot say you the opposite. When you get too positive, you do not go up, you go down. So it does not work always, but not on the 1 month time frame. But I think the 1 month time frame is just not that helpful. Anyways, it gave you three signs to go up, and we went up. You can see it like this. When you get a lot of them following, you get a lot. Then at the end, you at the end it's right. It was wrong here, but when it's wrong 3 times in a row, 2 times in a row, the 3rd time it gets right. So, anyways, let's stop the fractal indicator because it makes me laugh. And let's look at OXO. OXO, I want to look at a 6 hour time frame, and that is positive. I want to look at the 1 week time frame, and that is positive too. Then everything will be totally positive until the 1 month. So everything is positive according to OXO. OXO think everything is fine. As we are speaking, Bitcoin is dropping. Huh? Okay, next indicator. Next indicator, and we are looking at the 6 hour right now. So it is the elastic volume weighted moving average and overlap. It is unbalanced volume analysis, unbalanced volume RSE, and percentage R. So the first one is negative. I thought that we could be positive, and we were positive actually. When I started, I think when I started the video, we were positive, but we are not anymore. So the first indicator is negative for the 6 hour time frame. Here, we are still positive, but we will be negative very soon if we keep dropping. Here we are in the middle and in the middle, so it's hard to say. I cannot. I'll give it a flat because I don't know if you go up or down looking at that. So let's give it a flat. Percentage R. Let's give it a flat. Yesterday I said negative. Why did I say negative yesterday? Because we were breaking down. But today I give it a flat. And that one, let's give it a flat. Okay. Now we look at the same indicator, but on a higher time frame. We are positive, 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 and positive, but we just broke down below the percentage error line. So we could go lower. Anyways, everything is positive except this one percentage error is negative. Well, do I give it negative? My notes say it's positive because we're still high and we can keep positive a long time, but we broke down. So let's keep it a positive, but be aware that that normally is a bad sign when you break below that line. Let's go to the next indicator. KK, candle body weighted on balance volume, net force, and modified rate of change. And we're looking at the 1 week. 1 week is here. I think we are negative, and that's a bad sign. So we are negative on net force on 1 week, and that, according to history, was always a bad sign. Let's look at the 6-hour time frame. We are positive, 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 and negative. So everything yesterday was it was more negative. Today is more positive. The 6-hour time frame, which is normal since we pumped, but the last one is still negative. Next indicator, we are negative on the combined DMI moving average. We are negative. Let's look at the parabolic stop, a smooth rate of change at at B3, directional trend index, composite momentum index, and force index. So I'm starting with the 1 week chart, and the 1 week chart is positive, positive, positive. Here it's negative and positive. So we have one negative and everything else is positive, just as yesterday. 12-hour, we are positive, negative, negative, and positive and negative. Yes. So we only have here, the first one is positive. According to the 12-hour chart, the first one is positive. The second one is negative. The third one is still negative. The fourth one is positive, it was negative yesterday. And the last one is negative. Let's look at the 6-hour time frame. We are negative, negative, positive, positive, positive. So the first three are negative, 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 negative. And the last two are positive and positive. Let's see if that one is also positive. I think it is. Yes, it is. And now we are going to take a look at the parabolic glitter. We are on the 1 month chart and it's negative, positive, positive, and low. Negative, positive, positive, and low. Yes, I'm just checking. That's why I have to repeat, because I'm checking my notes. 1 week, we are positive, 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 and low. So 1 week, everything is positive. Yesterday, RSI was not positive, but today it's positive. Yes, today it's positive. But we are low. Yesterday we were high on the market thermometer, but today we are low. That can still change because it's the weekly chart and we just have started. It probably will change. Then I want to take a look at the 1 day. We are positive, negative, negative, and low. So positive RSI is negative. Commodity channel is negative and the thermometer is low. And now let's look at the 6-hour time frame. We are yes, the first one is negative. And the second one is positive. Yesterday we were negative. RSI is now positive. The third one is negative. And the last one, the thermometer, is still is low. Yesterday was high. So, anyways, that can change because the candle has not closed. We have still 2 hours left. The last candle was high, but this one is low. Next, we're looking at the ultimate bar analysis. We're looking at RSI, Robo Average Directional, KK Dynamic Index. So the ultimate bar analysis is positive. Yesterday it was negative on the 6-hour. RSI is still negative on the 6-hour. Robo average is still negative. And last one went positive. The dynamic index went positive on the 6-hour. Then I want to take a look at the 12-hour chart. So the 12-hour chart, the first one is still negative. Yesterday was negative 2. And the second one is negative. The third one is negative. Yesterday was negative 2. And the last one is now positive. Yesterday was negative. And then let's take a look at the 1 week chart. So we are positive, 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 and negative. The last one is negative. The 1 week chart, and that changed. Yesterday we were positive on the 1 week chart. Yes, yesterday we were positive, but today we are negative. Today we are negative. That's new, huh? The cross here is new. It was not like this to yesterday. The cross is new. And let's look at the 1 month chart. We are positive, negative, positive, and positive. Yes, so nothing has changed according to the 1 month chart. Next, I'm taking a look at Heiken Ashi. Heiken Ashi on the 1 month should be positive, and it still is. And the 3 weeks, it is also still positive. Strategy MACD. Strategy MACD. On the, let's start with the 6-hour. So on the 6-hour, we are positive. And here you see all the jumps. Huh? So all those jumps tell you negative, positive, negative, positive, and price does not really go anywhere. So, but now you're positive. Yesterday we were negative. I'm not sure that yesterday we were negative. Let's check that. Yesterday we were positive too. 1 week we are positive, and 1 month we are positive, which tells me that the bear market is over. Volume, let's look at 1 month, it's positive, and 1 week, it's positive but dropping. And the commodity, 6 hour is, I have to write it up, it's positive. 6 hours positive, and 1 week is positive too. Let's go to one of my favorite indicators, the multi-indicator. And the multi-indicator keeps telling me the same thing as yesterday. It tells me that there will be a golden cross when the SMAs cross, and the SMAs will cross, should cross soon, and price should be attracted into them. As I'm always reminding you, we get a lot of correction. The first one doesn't count too low, too close to the bottom, but then you get a lot of correction, 1, 2, 3, and so on, and so on, and so on. And every one of them is between 30 and 40%. So this is the first correction, and we should go down to here, around here, which would be 5.5K, around 5.5K. They are the moving averages which could give support. And then you have the first correction and the start of a bull market if from here we go higher. So let's see if that happens. You had already a golden cross of the EMAs, but we still need the golden cross of the SMAs. And then you are also in the natural order, which means that the green moving averages are above the red moving averages. Here you see it perfectly, the red and the green, okay? So I'm looking forward to the same, oh, come on. What did he just do? Ah, here we go. I thought he messed my chart up. Anyways, you get the idea. So if everything happens according to plan, we are in the first correction of this bull market. If you keep going to the moon without ever going down again, it will be, there's nothing I can say about that. It's totally irrational. Already this is much too high. We should not have gone higher than 5K, and then go lower and then go higher. We could go to 7K, but we should have gone, or to 6K, but we should have gone lower. This is already much too high. It's exuberance. We should go lower. That's all I can say. Nothing has changed. That's all I can say. Next indicator is all positive. It takes quite some time to make it negative, but for now it's still all positive. And as long as it is, you can argue that the bull market is in. Bollinger Band and MEMA. I have no idea what it stands for, but it stands for something. Anyways, we are still positive. On the Ichimoku, we have 1 negative and 2 negative. So this is to be negative because we are still in the cloud and the arrow is still pointing down. I want an arrow pointing up, just as what we get here, but for now we do not have it. So both those indicators tell me that we are negative. Next indicator, here we are still positive because we don't have We don't have the indication under it, but above it. The only bad thing is that we are still in the cloud, and we had the lights, the arrows up. So I give it 2 positive out of 3. And it's telling you the bear market is over, that the bear market is over. Ichimoku on steroids is positive, still positive. I haven't told you anything about that indicator because it's very close to the other one. It is positive because you have because the grid line is above the red line, but we're in the cloud, which is negative, so 1 positive out of 2. My math indicator, which gave me the bottom here, unfortunately, I have looked at it too late. I found it only around 7K, and I should have found it a couple of weeks earlier, or a couple of months earlier. But that's how it goes. You know, I do a lot of reading. I read a lot of analysts. I read a lot of TA books, and I end up finding interesting indicators. But it takes some time, and you can never trade the past. You can only trade the future. But anyways, it will help me. It will help me in other occasions. For now, you have a rejection on that line. We are heading to this line, which is at 6,300. And then below we have resistance at 4,100. Even if we go at 4,100 and go higher, it would still tell me that the bear market is in, because I believe that that line will hold, just as it did hold during the last bear market, or nearly. Here we went below it, but very short, and then it was the end of the bear market. So I believe that that this line will hold the price. At least that's what I want to believe right now. If I see us crashing below it and not holding it, then we go for the next line, which is at 1.9K. Now it's moving up, so it's moving up, which is fine. But 1.9K if 4.1K does not hold, according to that indicator. Now, let's see what Oscar, Simple Trend, Ichimoku, and NVT tells us. So I'm quite surprised. NVT was flashing all red yesterday when I looked at it, but today it and the red disappeared, but here it appears again. So it tells me that we still should go lower. It tells me that we still should go lower. On the 1 week. Normally you look at the NVT on the 1 day. So let's look at the 1 day. It stopped flashing red and we went up, but it's flashing red again. So I believe we should still go lower. And the best case scenario would be if we get a green indicator, just as we did here. That would be the best indicator to tell us that the bear market is over. But maybe we won't get that. But anyways, right now it's flashing red again, and that's not a good sign. Here we have the best parabolic SR study. 6 hour is now negative, but will be flipping probably on this candle. So 6 hours negative, yesterday was positive. 1 day is negative, yesterday it was negative 2. 5 day is positive, but we're getting close. And 1 week is positive, and I think I look at 1 month too is positive, yes. So let's get back to the 6 hour. And here we have our stop losses from safe zone and the candle here. So the safe zone is positive right now, and the chandelier is positive too. And let's see if they have moved. Yesterday we were at 7,677, and the other one was 7,616. So stop loss did not move, stayed the same. As I told you, I believe that both of them get hit. The first one did already get hit, and I believe that the second one will get hit too. Let's see if that happens or not. And the downtrend channel was negative yesterday, but today it is positive. Okay, as I said, as a hyperwave, there's a hyperwave on Bitcoin, and that is bearish. That's my third bearish. So we have 3 bearish and 12 bullish. That's why I'm more bullish than bearish. My outlook short term is still down, intermediate term is down, long term is up. I think you should be keeping a short position, at least 1x short, which means you should be in fiat or pseudo fiat. And as I told you, I believe that the bear market is in, that there's an 80% chance that the bear market is in. If you have any question and want to reach out to me, don't hesitate. My services are open. Just go through it, read the content, and take contact with me. Okay, that's all for today. Hopefully, if everything goes right, I'll see you tomorrow, and we take a look tomorrow at the price of BTC. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.